This is where all log homes begin, in the forest. On this day, a group of ambitious log builders will take a step back in time and construct a house using methods that are hundreds of years old, much older even than the giant white pine timbers they've selected for the project. Once on the ground, the huge tree is cut in sections, but even then it's too big to be hauled out of the woods by hand, so they'll need some help.
This is Bucky and Jim. They're a pair of Holstein oxen. Oxen come in any breed, and ox is made, not born. Actually, Holstein oxen are historically accurate. They were one of the most popular breeds late in the ox era. Holsteins were. Come haul. Round haul. Oxen are the best at skidding logs out of the woods. They're not very good for skidding them a long ways, but for wiggling around in between trees without tearing up the landscape, they don't hurt the trees and they don't hurt the soil where they're pulling the logs out. They have a lot of power. They can work in muddy, boggy conditions a lot better than modern tractors can. These guys, they should be able to pull twice what they weigh without any trouble. And they weigh around 2,600 or 2,800 pounds apiece right now. So they could pull almost a 10,000 pound log. I've worked mules and horses and oxen, and they each have their place. There's something that they really excel at. And I really believe that for skidding logs out of the woods, these are really hard to beat. They'll do things that horses can't do. They're a little bit quieter in the woods than a lot of horses are. They have a really steady pull to them. They don't ever sling themselves at a load. They just go nice and really deliberate when they're pulling, which is really an asset in the woods. When you're driving them, you don't really have to do much, but just kind of walk alongside and offer a few suggestions about where we're going to go next, and they have surrendered their own will completely to their driver. I mean, they aren't willful like sometimes you want to go to the right of that tree. A horse, he might have the idea to go to the left of that tree, and you have to kind of get a little forceful to make them go to the right. These guys, they're just perfectly willing. Whatever you indicate that you want to do, that's right now, that's what they want to do. They're just really kind of neat that way.
Now, with the logs out of the woods, the real work begins, turning what used to be trees into building materials. First, the bark is removed.
Somebody get in the middle and pull straight up on it.
Ready?
Yeah, do it. You got her. You'll get a wavy line if you don't go straight up with it. Let her go, I got her.
Then a chalk line is snapped to give some guidelines for hewing or chopping, and it takes a lot of chopping. Notches are cut in each log, so when assembled, they'll fit snugly together. It's tedious work and requires a sharp eye and the accurate use of saw and axe.
There you go, Hootie. Good log, sir. Long way. I swear. I don't know about that head. Fine.
That's a pretty log.
The finishing touches are done with a chisel. While all this is being done, a similar effort's being made with the rafters.
It's hanging off there.
Yeah. Ready? Watch your feet. That fits good. Dead on. You hard beat that. Fur tied up right there. We'll knock it in. Just a little bit, and that'll clean up right there. Just tighten up. Yep. Came up pretty clean. Yep, still in. All right.
Yo! Hey, Sandra.
Keeping with tradition, hardware for the home is hand-forged by blacksmith Danny Wingate. While Danny works his magic, another craftsman plies his trade. A few years ago, when Artist White retired, he found himself a hobby.
That's one thing about me being retired, you just kind of do what you enjoy doing.
And in Artist's case, that means working with wood.
My dad, he was a carpenter, and he'd always let me fool with his tools, and I just learned to love working in wood.
He makes a wide variety of useful things, including the saw that he uses to rough out items like spoons. With tools and methods that have been in use for centuries, the spoon begins to take shape. When he's done with the saw, it's time for the wood rasp. Done like this, the old-fashioned way, it takes artists about an hour to make a spoon. Labor-intensive, to say the least, but he doesn't mind if that's what it takes to keep an old craft alive. And besides, as he said, he's retired, and his hobby's what keeps this old craftsman alive, too. Making wooden shingles is another craft that's been around for centuries, and it's not easy to split the white oak into the proper size and shape. All the parts of the log house are nearing completion. Peg holes are drilled in the rafters, and the various notches are checked for fit. Now, all that remains is to put the puzzle together.
Okay.
All right, we want to set up in two teams, a short wall team and a long wall team. And
We're gonna have to share carriers, I'm afraid.
Bill's in charge on the ground, directing everything goes all the way around, while I'm gonna be up on the wall working. So Steve, you take long wall. Long wall.
We're going right down there and then we'll set it up on that. We'll hand it to this young man right here.
Okay, somebody. Watch out.
Wait a minute.
Some people in the house.
Yep.
Yeah, I got to step out.
Come in.
Pull it on in, pull it on in there. Whoa, not that far.
There he is, Ian.
Light a bite.
He's down.
Ready?
Need 3 people in yonder.
What's up, Steve?
Go!
We're down.
Okay, 4 log carriers on the other side now.
Okay.
And remember to stop and let the guys out from... Okay, stop right there. All right. Stop right there.
Yep.
Jump up. Okay.
All right.
Those guys are on the outside holding up in the air like this are saying, yeah, go ahead, stop.
Put all 4 can hooks on that log right there.
You need to go that way here.
Watch your fingers, everybody.
All right. Hit it in. Hit it in.
I'm sorry. Holler if I get in.
You're taking care of the numbers, aren't you? Pretty good. Thank you, my...
All right, everybody get out. All right. All right, everybody keep your finger clear.
Once the logs are stacked about head high, skid poles are used to assist in the lifting.
Head on. You ready? Come on. Ease it up. Easy.
Occasionally, a little horsepower comes in handy.
Come on. Ease it up. Easy.
Come this way.
Drop down the stairs. Ease up. Whoa!
We've been building houses to auction off every fall in Charlotte, and we're doing it one day at a time. For a change, we wanted to do it the old way. We wanted to drag the logs out with the oxen. We wanted to skid pole up with the horses. We wanted to just do it the old way, a lot to see what it was about. Oh, this is the real thing. This is not this is not like a kit or a package or a frame house. This is the way it was done 600 years ago, 300 years ago in the United States, and most of the houses built like this that you still see around are 200 or 150 years old, and just sort of puts us in perspective with other craftsmen from generations before.
Make you appreciate the modern technology?
Well, I think it almost makes the material itself sacred. When everything comes to you, you go to the store and you buy it, even though you spent money for it. It's not the same going to the woods and felling it and hewing it out. Then the material, you really respect the material that you're using. That's a whole lot of it. It's fun to do it the hard way once. I don't know how many more times we'll do it this way.
Ready, right?
Man, stick it. There.
Wait a minute.
Hang it.
Last step over here, big step.
Grab that and I'll help him pull.
It's time for us to abandon things.
One more. All right, flip it over. Man, stick it.
Set on this one log and get a foot.
Uh-oh.
Last step over here, big step.
Grab that and I'll help him pull.